Hello everybody, I'm behind the camera today, almost like I'm doing an ASMR video, aren't I? I am hoping to show you my travel altar today. So here, these two little boxes are the things that I took with me to Australia as my altar things. See? Tiny little things that fit in my hands. So I'll start with this one. This is just a little Tupperware box that has got all of the things in it that I needed for my altar. This isn't a particularly structured altar, it was just things that had significance to me at the time and things that I felt I needed to be on my altar and I needed to be working with at that time. So I'll go through each of these things. It's pretty. Got a couple of little pieces wrapped in bubble wrap. There we have it. So here are my little altar figurines. So what have we got here? We have got a little selenite ball, as over the past year I have been doing some moon magic, moon connections, trying to observe the moon cycles, and nothing says moonlight to me more than selenite. Is that in focus? There we go. You can just see that beautiful glow it's got. I love selenite. Brilliant. So this is my little moon representation. I've also been doing some work on transformation and also working with Lilith and the spirit of the snake. So I've actually got two little snake representations here. I've got this one, which is by an artist whose name I cannot currently remember. I will put her name in the description because I really like her stuff, but her name is completely escaping me right now. I've actually got two little snakes here. So I've got this one here. I've also got this bitty little guy here. I've got two little figurines here. These are great. I've got loads of different ones that I can put on my altar at various times. You can get them from all kinds of places these days. Lots of places do teeny tiny little carved crystal figurines. This is a little tiger's eye snake that is all coiled up, which I think is fabulous and helped me focus on that intention of transformation and shedding what was no longer needed. Now this one is a lovely little thing. It's actually a tiny little image of a cat, which is made of blue goldstone. Now I know goldstone is a man-made stone, but I just love the sparkles, especially this blue one. It just reminds me of the night sky. And I wanted the energy of the cat to keep a little bit of home with me. I always feel that the cat is a sort of spirit of the house protecting the home from vermin, from evil spirits, from disease that is carried by the mice and the rats that might be around. You know, they've been with humanity for a very, very long time. We've got a very special relationship with cats. So I like to have a little cat representation. And this is a statue of, teeny tiny little statuette, see, fits in my hand, of Sekhmet. Now I don't generally tend to work with the Egyptian gods and goddesses very often, but a few years ago I called out for help with something to anyone who was listening, and Sekhmet was one of the goddesses who answered, and in return for her help she asked to have a representation on my altar at all times. So it was important for her to come with me to Australia. She's made of resin, so it's not particularly sturdy, so she's got a little bit of a chip there on the side, but you know, she's been to Australia and back. She's been through a lot. I do also have a very large Sekhmet figurine that lives on my large altar when it's out and about, but whenever I have an altar set up, Sekhmet is always represented there. And lastly, we've got this beautiful, beautiful statue here. This is a teeny tiny, well, larger than my other crystal ones, but this is still very small, fits in my hand, look. Representation of the Venus of Willendorf statue, tiny statuette, that was found in Germany. I'll put links to that information down in the comments as well, in the description rather. Again, this is made of goldstone. It's got that gorgeous glitteriness, and she is just fabulous. Earth Mama, she is my connection with everything that is fertile and earthy and good about the earth, and it helps me to cement my connection with the earth, and I felt that was an important thing to take with me to Australia, as I was going to be so far away from my own home, my own land, my land of my ancestors, and I wanted to be able to have a little bit of help connecting with the land that I was in. So she's beautiful. I've got a few different representations of the Venus of Willendorf. It's just a fabulous image. And then we've got this little one. It's got a couple of things in here. The first one I want to show you is this fantastic, very tangled necklace that was actually bought for me by my fiance, and this is, there's some discussion as to what exactly this is a representation of, but a lot of people call this Kanunos, and it is the image from the Gunderstrup Cauldron, which I was fortunate enough to be able to go and see at the British Museum a couple of years ago now, when they had it there as part of their Celts Art and Identity exhibition, which was a fabulous expedition. And in the gift shop afterwards, we've got this beautiful little necklace that I went, oh wow, that's amazing, but didn't think I could really afford it at the time, or at least not justify buying it. And then my partner went and bought it for me instead, which was very, very sweet of him. But yes, if not a representation of Kronos, then definitely a representation of Horned God and the Divine Masculine for me, so I include him in my travelling altar as well. So there we go. move these things out of the way. So there is my little travel altar. Just teeny tiny little representations of things that I had, or intentions that I wanted to set, things I wanted to work with, things like that. So it doesn't have to be complicated, it doesn't have to be huge, your altar. It can just be this small collection of things that remind you, help you to set your intention and give you that focus. I also have a little bracelet here that was given to me by some friends of mine just before I went away, and I have heard of people who use charm bracelets as a portable altar, either a charm bracelet or a charm necklace or something like this, and this could definitely be particularly the start of one. So it's made of opalite. Can you see that? Lovely opalite chips. And then right here by the clasp, it's got one green and one red beads, teeny tiny ones. Green for the green man, horn god, god of the wild, you get the drift, and then red for the goddess, red of the earth, red of the blood, red. And it's got a lovely little heart charm because they love me. And then got this lovely goddess charm on here as well, and you could add all kinds of other little charms onto it for it to represent, what you would want it to. So you could wear your altar on your wrist or around your neck as a necklace, carry it with you always, and have it available for you wherever you are, in the car, on the bus, in a field, anywhere. So altars don't have to be complex, they don't have to be huge, so long as it's things that remind you of what you're doing and why you're doing it. Can be very simple. So there you have it. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this video, and blessed be.